What's up guys, Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I made an extra $40,000 on this real estate wholesaling deal and how you can start making that money in your business. That's right guys, there's one secret trick I'm gonna show you in this video, how I was able to get an extra $40,000 extra with no more risk or no more really effort or money in this deal. But before we get into it, remember, you need to smash that like button and subscribe to get the most free value and content on wholesaling real estate. My goal on this YouTube channel is to help you make over $100,000 per year in real estate wholesaling. So let's get into it, guys. So usually when I do a deal breakdown, real estate wholesaling deal or wholetailing deal, I'm at the property. And at the time of this recording of the actual sale date of this property, it was pouring rain on closing day. I usually go to these properties on closing day, so I wasn't able to go by the property and record a video. But the good news is I'm able to go here and actually share the HUD. So if I can't go by the property, trust me, I'm gonna spend more time sharing the numbers and sharing the HUDs on you, because I see a lot of gurus out there doing stuff like this or deal reviews, but they don't show pictures of the property and they don't show HUDs, which is really stupid. So I'm gonna share the HUDs, I'm gonna share exactly everything, but really the biggest value piece I can give in today's video is how I use this one shirt to get an extra $40,000. So the best way I can really share this is by telling you about the property and the story. So all the way back in January, I got this deal under contract. This was a property in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Our acquisitions person actually got a call from our direct mail piece. And we ran out there and we went to see the property. We had an appointment and we got a deal under contract there. And the reasoning why the seller wanted to sell the property was a husband and wife duo who actually owned a property across the street where their older mother was living. This older mother actually had to be put in a nursing home, and so they couldn't live in the property by themselves. But this was good for me and bad for the overall situation. Now, why was this good for me? This meant that this older lady living in here for 5+ years, usually older ladies, they don't destroy properties. They keep it actually very pristine. They have the plastic over the couches and they make everything perfect. They got their porcelain dolls and everything's really, really neat and clean and tidy. And that was really good for us. I mean, the property had no repairs really needed on it. But unfortunately, the lady had to get moved into a home, and it was, according to the sellers, the right time for it. As you can see here are the pictures of the before. This is when we got the property locked up. This is what the house looked like. Obviously, you can tell that the property didn't really need much work. It was clean. This is an average Port St. Lucie property, if that makes sense. Most properties in Port St. Lucie, Florida, or really in St. Lucie County, aren't really that updated. They really got built in the 80s or the 90s or the early 2000s, and really not much updating had to be done on the properties. Usually they have the flooring there. The kitchen really just needs to be renovated, honestly, but it still keep it if you had to. For renters, usually the landlords don't like to renovate the properties, but it still could use renovations, but it's still a very, very clean property. And we know, as seeing the pictures, our cash buyers would eat that thing up to renovate it and throw it back on the market. This was actually a wood frame house. If you don't know, in Florida, those things are worth a little less, but the outside of it was aluminum siding, not wood siding, so it actually had a little more value on it. The yellow on the outside, I don't know who chose that, but it was okay, and the roof is really old. So we looked at the numbers, and we put this property under contract for $150,000. Now, before I show you the HUD here, let's explain this a little more into detail. This was put under contract in January of 2021. So why am I making a video so far in the future from that? Well, the reason why, as of this video, January was about 5 months ago. So why am I going after and talking about this now? Well, we got a call basically after we got the property under contract that the mom needed an extra 4 months to move into their home. I'm 100% accommodating for any of my seller situations, and this is a win-win solution where we're trying to help our motivated sellers out. We're here to provide a solution for a win-win. So if this is a situation where they need extra time, of course we do it. And we were fully expecting the motivated seller to say, well, in 4 months, we're going to have to get a little better price. But really, we kept to our guns and said, fine, we'll do an extension. And we gave them the addendum. The sellers signed the addendum there. And that basically extended the closing date for 4 months, which meant, this is really good here. This is super important. You guys write this down. That means I had an extra 4 months where I could sit on the property and have it under contract with my $100 deposit, and the property just kept appreciating in value. If you looked at Port St. Lucie property values in that zip code, it skyrocketed up. Like, it was insane. Properties across the street were selling for $300,000, $280,000. It was crazy. And the reasoning why is because when I had it under contract, there's not really a lot of good comps there. We really went off of cash flow. We knew what areas would sell well, but new comps kept coming in and they were just bidding up like crazy. It was really good because this is one of the worst properties in a really nice neighborhood, which you always want to be the worst property in a good neighborhood, not the best property in a bad neighborhood. So our comps and the value of the property just kept skyrocketing, that the property was starting to be worth a lot more. So when we put it under contract for about $150,000, we knew during that time we could probably sell it for around $170,000. And that was good. That was $20,000. Hey, I ain't going to fight that. But after 4 months, we figured out the ARV when we put it under contract was around $180,000, $185,000, which really not that bad. So if a wholesaled it for $170,000, it was pretty good. But after 4 months, the ARV shifted. It went up to about $210,000 to $215,000. That's right. It went up and appreciated that much in that span of time. Part of it being actual true market appreciation, but the other part, the values kept going up and up because more comps were supporting those levels. Is it appreciation? Was it that I did my numbers wrong? I don't know. But after seeing more comps, I knew that this property is worth a lot more. So what we ended up doing is we have a rule here at our company is if we're going to make over $30,000, we'll buy it and put it back on the market so we can actually get more money on it. But if we're going to make under $30,000, we're just going to wholesale it and make a quick check. So we were at that bubble there. We're probably going to make $20,000 in the wholesale right when we got under contract. But we crunched the numbers and we're like, we'd make like 35, 40 on a wholesale here. Let's put it under contract and push it to the limit, get a bidding war going and try to sell it for as much as possible. And keep in mind, you don't do this for every property, but the house didn't need much repairs. I mean, you see the before pics, nothing crazy happened. So what we did is, boom, we bought it for $150,000 about 4 months later. As you can see here on the HUD, again, I'm not scared to show my HUDs. I'll share them. You can go see them. I'm a public dude. I'm not here to make money off of you for wholesaling. But I do have people that say, Zach, you're lying about this. And there's too many people lying about the deals that they do. So I just share the HUDs. I don't really care. Ended up, we bought it for about $150,000. As you can see here, we had a $100 deposit. Overall, we bought it, and it was a pretty good price for $150,000. So once we bought it, we went straight to work. We had no time in between. We sold this thing 37 days later. So we did not spend any time just wasting on this thing. So we could have done a full renovation. We could have put $30,000, $40,000 in the rehab. But what we chose to do was put $0 in the rehab and just throw it on the market. So we put it on the market for $215,000. And guess what? You might say, well, looks like you sold it for $210,000, $215,000. That's the ARV. Well, what happened was there was a bidding war. People out of state started bidding up like crazy, and we actually ended up selling the property. We put it under contract for $225,000. Yeah, that's right. $225,000. My mind was like, whoa, I was super happy. And the really cool part about that is these are the MLS pictures. These are what the after looks like. As you can see here, the lighting looks better, but there was no renovations being done at the property at all. Like, as you can see, as you compare this to the before pics, I changed the lighting. That was really it. Like, nothing crazy happened on it. So we put $0 in the renovation. There ended up being some renovation costs, and I'll explain it with you. I'm not scared of showing you what actually happened to it, but what ended up happening was at $225,000, when you sell the property for max, like people are going to live in the property, they're getting loans on the house, they get super picky. When the inspection happened, there was a problem with the AC ducts, that there was no insulation, and we actually had to redo all the AC ducts on the top of the property right before the closing, about a couple weeks before. That was a $940 expense we had no idea on. And then we had to pay an extra $200 on a drywall expense, where the inspector said, they did a little scan in the bathroom. They said, this drywall has a lot of moisture in it. In a bathroom, there's a moisture in the drywall. Shocker. They said this is very suspect. There might be mold on it. This might be corrupted. So what we did was we cut a piece of the drywall and we showed the inspector that the drywall is not corrupted. And they said, okay, I guess I was wrong, which is my pet peeve. Like, if the inspector is wrong, they should be paying for it, but whatever. We had to pay $200 to repair the drywall fix that we had to cut the hole in. So in total, it was about $1,200 in repairs. Let's say $1,500 if you're paying for utilities and water and just everything. Let's just make it really clean. I had to pay someone to cut the grass. So $1,500 was the true rehab expense, if you could say, on there. And really, most rehabs are at least $1,000. Just stupid little stuff like that always happens. So we ended up selling it for $225,000, and boom, here's the HUD. As you can see here, we paid very, very little in commissions for realtors on this one, and we did really well. I'm pretty proud of it. The team did really good on it. So we ended up netting around $60,000, and that was in our pockets. That was really good. Now, it might be around $65,000, but we're just gonna round everything out so I don't get in trouble. Let's say about $65,000, but really it's about $60,000 net after everything. We got to pay VAs and give commissions out. So about $60,000 I would say is the net on this deal. And that's a lot of money. I mean, that's life-changing for most people. And it made my day, and it's really exciting. Now, obviously, I get super excited and jacked up for these deals. This is the stuff I live for, and this is why I'm in real estate wholesaling. Obviously, I love going behind the camera here, but doing $60,000 deals like this lets me have the financial payroll to back me up here so I can do the stuff for free and give everything out for free. So I get asked a lot. This is why I wanted to share this is, Zach, why do you give so much info for free? It's because I can do $60,000 deals. Like it's not worth my time to go out here and actually give this free stuff out here. My time is best spent doing $60,000 wholesaling real estate deals, real estate wholesaling deals, flips, things like that. But this is like a passion project for me. This is really, I love videography, editing videos and things like that, making thumbnails. So it's really exciting. Really, guys, I love this business. I have a true passion for it. So I get asked so many times why I do this stuff for free. It's because I can do $60,000 deals like this. That gets me the most excited, second only really to actually helping you guys out for free. So I really appreciate it, guys. These are the numbers. This is the real stuff. But the number one takeaway I can give to you on this video is sometimes extending these wholesaling deals like 3 or 4 months, especially in a market that's appreciating like crazy. Generally, that's the entire country. You could get an extra 10, 20, 30, even 40,000 like we did on this deal. And it can help you out in a real estate wholesaling business. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Again, these videos come out a little later than on the closing dates because it does take time to edit videos and make thumbnails. So keep that in mind why these videos are getting released kind of later. That's why I do 4 live videos a week. But I truly appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Remember, consider liking this video and subscribing. It means the world to me. Thank you guys so much and have a blessed day.